I don't have a lot for you other than the fact that they out-executed us at the end of both halves. We had a 9-point lead at 26-17. And then we had I thought, some really bad offensive possessions, led to some transition opportunities for them. They end up going up 3 at the half. We did not close the first half like we needed to close the first half. And I give them a lot of credit. They made some plays and, didn't flinch when they were down 26-17. And then we come right back and have a 12-point lead with 6:24 to go, and repeat, it happens again. I thought our effort was good. I was proud of how hard we played. I thought our attitude was great. Body language was great. I thought our toughness was better than it was when we won against IPFW on Friday night, much better. But I thought our execution was absolutely pathetic. I thought it was awful. Out of timeouts, bad passing, bad catching, not a toughness about us to execute what we need to execute. I've got to help them with that. We probably turned the ball over more out of timeouts this year than we did combined last year in 36 games. That's inexcusable. And, that starts with me and the guys that are out there together working better. We got to figure that out. I did not like our execution at all. I thought it was really poor. And when you play in a game like this one, where they were making some plays, I thought Carter was terrific, down low, and it was a pretty high-level game. Unfortunately, as I've been telling them for 2 weeks, you have to have both effort and execution in these type of games, and we just did not have enough execution. They did. I thought that their big plays coming out of the 60-53 with, at the under 4, and we lost Poole, who's statistically their best three-point shooter. He just made 5 threes in a game at Barclays. We lose him. We get rejected on a ball screen by George's Hunt, and then Miller makes a good move and dislodges our 5-man for a layup, a really good move that he made. So all of a sudden it's 7 points, bam, it's tied up in a span of about a minute. So I certainly don't want to just, point the finger at our offensive execution. I thought our defensive execution was equally bad. You can't lose their best three-point shooter on a vision deal, and you can't get rejected on a ball screen, and we did that. And, then they went right at Nana, and Miller made a great move, big-time play. So, execution awfully poor on our end, and execution, I thought, both halves awfully good on their end. I'm sure, Brian will be pleased with that. But, overall, I'm not upset with our guys about in fact, I was more upset with our toughness after we won Friday night. But this had nothing to do with that. I just thought our execution was absolutely pathetic. Questions?
Coach, first half, Tech did a good job scoring in the paint. Did you make any adjustments at halftime?
Yeah, sure. They're big inside. Those guys are older. Carter, it's amazing when I came out for the game, remember what he looked like last year in Champaign, and you can tell he's really worked on his body. He looks great. Miller's older, redshirt guy, good size. I really have a lot of respect for Holsey. I love the motor he plays with. I enjoy watching him play on film because I think he plays hard all the time. He looks like he'd be fun to coach. So they have great size and experience and weight and girth down there. So we felt like we needed to give them different looks. And I thought all in all, I wouldn't change that. That was fine. We doubled them at times. We zoned them at times. At the end of the day, they shoot 41%. We're okay there. 31 from 3. Again, I think that I'm not trying to be overly simplistic, but I just thought our execution, especially on the offensive end and a little bit defensively late in the game, was just poor on our part, and they did a great job of taking advantage of that.
Did they take away Ray in the last 10 minutes, or was he tired?
I thought I just didn't think our execution was really good, Steve. Very good, Steve, to be honest with you. I thought he made a great play on the last one. I told those guys in the locker room, like, hey, Joe I think he was, coming in the game, 7 for 10 from 3, and he's very, very good from the corners. Very good. And he's wide open. There's nobody there. He teed it up with the wind in his back. He missed it. So I'm not upset with that one. Guys miss shots. If we had that again, I'd expect Ray, when he drove the ball and got tripled or doubled, to throw it right to him again, and we'll go with that one. But prior to that, I just we come out of the one timeout, we turn the ball over, Nana turns the ball over. We we didn't make enough, didn't make enough execution plays, and they had more quality possessions than we did, to their credit.
With the offense not doing as well as you wanted down those last 6, 7 minutes, whatever it was there any thoughts at mixing it up, or do you feel like the guys you had out there were capable?
We rode with the veterans last week in Vegas. Those are the same guys out there today. The margin for error in basketball is very, very small. Reminds me of, you leave those guys out there last week, everybody's high-fiving after the game. You leave them out there this week, then guys may question how fatigued they were. It reminds me when I was at Ohio, I chose not to call a timeout, and people were blasting me. Cooper made a really bad decision 2 weeks later. I choose not to call a timeout. He races down the floor, throws a heck of a pass. We make a 3 at the buzzer, and they say I'm a genius. Same play. I mean, it's neither. I'm not. I told those guys, you got to stay somewhere in the middle. We're not going to panic. We'll stay poised. We got to learn from this one, though. Our execution's got to be better. It's got to be better than it was today, especially in games like this, or we're going to have a lot of disappointment like this. Theirs was better than ours. It's that simple.
How do you assess Tracy and Nana tonight?
What's that?
How do you assess Tracy and Nana tonight?
Obviously Nana was out of rhythm. Shane in the first half with foul trouble. Second half, I thought he was better defensively, figuring out how to play hard without fouling. I thought that was good. He had 3 blocks. I thought he was active. Thought he did a good job on the glass in the second half, blocking out. He didn't get some of them, but he kept them off the backboard. Offensively was okay. I know Nana. Nana's a great kid. He's gonna, he dinged up the last pass there, and but I'll live with that. Maybe I shouldn't have given him the ball in that situation. So that's not all his fault. He and I got to work on that together. But it just happens. Stuff happens like that. I feel bad for him because he's such a great kid. But all in all, I thought his effort was good. Tracy was, he did some good things. He's, still struggling to shoot the ball, but I believe in him, and he'll be fine long term. We just got to kind of stay with it, and I want him to continue to maintain being aggressive. I think that's important.
What do you want to see from them in late clock situations? Those did not go very well.
Yeah, we didn't execute very well. I think sometimes those late clock situations came up, Steve, because we didn't execute at the beginning of the possession. Just like I thought we got beat in transition defense because we had some poor offensive execution in the first half. I think sometimes, you look at turnovers like we were 9-5 at the half, assist to turn, but sometimes a bad offensive possession or a bad shot can be like a turnover. And I thought that's what happened in the first half when they made the run to go up 3, at halftime. But we'll take responsibility for it. Ultimately, the execution part we got to do better, and ultimately that's me. I've got to take responsibility for that, and I got to help them and figure it out. We don't have any excuses. We never have any excuses. Okay, we got to figure it out. And at the end of the day, I'm proud of our effort. I thought our attitude was great. I thought we played with some toughness. We had practiced really well the last 2 days, and I'm not going to take that away from them because we lost the game. We don't panic. We're going to stay poised, but we do have to figure out the execution deal. We've got to be better at executing, not just late game, but in general. We had other possessions throughout the game where I didn't think we got what we wanted, or maybe even what we drew up, whether it was at a timeout or something we had put in for the game. And I think it's a valuable lesson for our guys that we'll learn. Friday night we had that happen as well, Steve, but we won. So I tried to tell them, for me, we want to play well. We want to let the results take care of themselves. And I was not very happy after Friday night's game, and we won. But today, effort, attitude was good. Toughness was good. That's something that we take a lot of pride in. We didn't execute very well, and they did. They took advantage of that, and they executed, and they got quality shots and had quality offensive possessions. And I thought our quality of shot and our offensive possessions was not as good as theirs, both late in the first half and late in the game.
Jalen had 5 assists, no turnovers, only played 14 minutes. Does he have to fix something on defense to get more?
No, that's just my decision, right now. Jalen's coming along. He's doing a great job. I thought Kendrick's minutes were good. I thought Malcolm didn't play there for a stretch, and we threw him in the second half, and I thought he did a great job of being physical and trapping the post and executing our defensive game plan. I thought Maverick's minutes were pretty good. And Colbert did fine as well. We just gotta continue to bring those guys along and continue to make them better. And then, we'll make decisions accordingly at that point.
We have time for one more question.
Did playing on the road have any influence on your execution?
No.
Thank you.
Yep.